Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kukuli Bushcraft channel. Okay, so a few Mora knives for you. We all like Moras, don't we? Or Morakniv. I'm going to try and sound a bit more Swedish. Swedish people, please don't laugh at me. Okay, so we all know the brand Morakniv. So this, the town of Mora used to have several knife manufacturers. Morakniv was formed when Yens'en and Frost's joined together to become one company. So this is the 2.0. It's tiny. It's the only knife I ever wear around my neck, and I use this as a little carving knife. It's really handy. But what I really wanted to talk to you about today, I'll put that one out of the way because that's been messed around with a little, but yeah, there is still one other company that manufactures knives in Mora other than Morakniv. Let's see, can we focus on that? That's Yens'en. So these guys have been manufacturing since the 1930s, I think, and at some point it's been Bröderna Jönsson, which is the Yens'en brothers. So right now I believe the company is run by two old men who are both getting on a bit, and the sons of the original Yens'en brothers. So how does this differ from the Mora classics that we're more used to seeing? Well, let's start with the sheath. So with a conventional Mora classic, you've got these little bits of plastic which I find have a tendency of breaking, which is one of the reasons I'd rather carry this around my neck than on my belt. That way it gets less pressure that way. This is leather. It's got a lot more flex, but it's really intended to go over a button rather than on a belt. Also, you've got these two studs here, and they can actually scratch your knife handle, as if you're bothered about that. With my classics, I tend to rub a lot of the lacquer off anyway, to give them a little bit more of a grip. I really should sand them down a lot better and oil them, which I'll try and get round to doing with these guys at some point in time. So with the knives, so you see how the end of the rat tail comes through there. Well, with the bigger Moraknivs, you don't get that nowadays. They've stopped doing that, so it's not a full rat tail tang. Does that make a big difference to the strength? I don't think so. I think so long as you're past halfway towards 3/4, I really think that's as good as any rat tail, in my opinion. I have seen Mora classics fail, which then break through battening and heavy use. Though I've never done that myself, I've seen other people break them, which I haven't seen with the plastic Moras, whatever. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to batten with these. Yeah, so all of the Yens'en knives, the rat tail comes all the way through. It's got to be a little bit stronger, I suppose, but not massively so, I wouldn't think. Another thing with at least the two Yens'ens that I have, which This one I actually use. This one I don't. They both have a 90-degree spine on, and they do strike a ferro rod, although not particularly well, but it is quite doable. With this one I could well have done it myself actually. I do tend to do that with me Moras, but this one I'm pretty sure I've never touched the spine of this, and it does throw sparks from a ferro rod, so another little difference there. So the handles are really quite short, but without anything on the end, it doesn't really matter. I really think that the Mora Classics, I think it's about the most practical, useful design for a knife handle you can possibly have. You know, you can hold it any way you like. There's nothing to get in the way. Just works great. So yeah, I'll just explain what I've done to this. I think this is partially my idea and partially something I've seen on YouTube. I'm really not sure. It's something that I did a while ago. Yeah, so I think the button idea was nicked from somebody, and yeah, just I can carry it on my belt a little bit easier that way. So this is something that I will use in the forest if I go out for a few days, and as if I have a bigger knife with me too. And this little guy I just use for carving spoons and things like that. I think it's a great little carving knife. I have got one of the Mora one of the Mora carving knives, and to be honest I prefer this one. Right, so that's the differences. One other little thing is, from what I've seen, the Yens'en Moras do seem to be a little bit cheaper than the Morakniv ones. They are, however, a little bit harder to get hold of, and I think maybe it depends on what country you're in. I used to see these only in shops in Finland. Now there's a couple of places where you can buy them on the internet in the UK. I'm really not sure how readily available they are in other countries. So yeah, so I have heard that that the factory is run by the two old Yens'en family members who apparently, as if anybody calls them up speaking any language other than Swedish, they just hang up. So yeah, outside of Sweden, maybe not the easiest company to deal with, but they are available. They are a little bit cheaper than the Morakniv, and yeah, they are nice little knives. So it's just basically a Mora Classic, only they still do the exposed rat tail tang at the end, and the sheaths are a bit different. That's all there is to it. I mean, the design on the front of the sheaths is actually very similar, not identical. Yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon for another Kukuli bushcraft video. Bye for now.